The concept of power is really interesting. I see a lot of people posting, when is this going to end? How could this continue? We know when this is going to end. It's going to end when they build the canal, when they start extracting gas, when they displace the Gazans into Egypt, and then it's going to continue into the West Bank, and they're going to displace the Palestinians in the West Bank into Jordan, and they're going to continue doing what they've always been doing. So there's no reason to ask, when is this going to end? The better question is, when are we going to rise? And what I mean by this is, when are we going to be able to filter out the weak that are the ruling class, and take charge and be able to eliminate the threat to our peace and unity? Because the way I see it, and I'm going to go back to the beginning when I said power is interesting. In Israel's case, for example, the concept of power is very clear in terms of, like, the more power they use, the less powerful they seem, right? Because when someone is actually powerful, they are very careful with how much power they exude. It's interesting because sometimes you see someone or an entity overuse their power. You start to question, are they actually powerful? They seem that they lack confidence. They come off insecure. They come off too aggressive. So the power is then guided by fear, not by love or confidence or security. And that's almost like the concept of power in general. It's like the snake that eats itself. And so everything Israel is doing right now is actually taking away power from Israel and making the Palestinian cause from a noble cause to the most noble cause in the world, and giving the narrative of the Palestinians more power. And because Israel isn't using its power against an adversary that is of equal power, because the Palestinians don't have a military, it only shows that Israel is actually powerless. And sure, their plan is working to push the Palestinians from Gaza into Egypt, whether Egypt wanted that or not, because we all know which government is playing footsies with which government. But at the end of the day, we have to realize that our neighbor's forest fire doesn't stop at our neighbor's forest. It's eventually going to catch on and come into other countries because of many reasons. One, Israel's plan to continue to expand and control the region. And second, you're going to have resistance from people who are displaced continuously from different places where they are displaced to or immigrating to by force. And so when we realize that, and I hope it's soon, and we ask our leaders and beautiful governments that enough is enough and they have no choice, this will end. Until then, we will continue to deal with the same problem. And just to clarify, Israel is 1000% banking on this double-ended sword situation, where the more people are displaced, the higher the chance that resistance starts from the place that they're displaced to, which gives them a reason to expand again. So it's the same narrative we've been hearing for over 75 years. Oh, there's someone there resisting. This is a threat to our existence. We're going to move forward. And the leaders around in the neighboring countries go, well, we don't know what to do, because if we take action, we face sanctions and fighting the strongest military in the world, or we don't take action and we just lose the popular vote or the people's consent for us to remain in power. So it's a double-ended sword, and the clock is definitely ticking, which is why a lot of countries have put restrictions on how much we can discuss the Palestinian plight. So I have nothing to say, but inshallah soon.